Everybody, it's Victor. It's time to run here. The Binding of Isaac Victor Repentance Plus series. Happy Wednesday, Mosh Pit. I hope your weekends and week are going off to a fantastic start here. I mean, Wednesday is almost Thursday, which is the almost early weekend. So, I mean, technically, it's kind of right. We're still waiting for another video to cross 2,500 likes here. And again, if we end up getting to a Saturday this week, I'll probably have to switch up the like streak goal. So, hopefully, we make it. Hopefully, we have something worthwhile, worthy of your like. And of course, subscribe here if you haven't already as well, if you enjoyed my daily content. Here's your picture of the day, submitted here by Maximum Detective 2614. Now, there was two separate versions of the Pumpkin Victa, I believe is what they called it. Out there was Pumpkin Update. And then in the thread, they said we put Pumpkin Victa outside on the porch. I do like this one, and I absolutely love this time of year. Not necessarily because my favorite holiday is Halloween, which is not, but we have a lot of talented people. Here's the other version, by the way, of this picture. Very awesome indeed. Thank you, Maximum Detective. It came out awesome. It's not an easy logo to draw. Trust me, I've tried. But I love it because there's so many talented people in the Mosh Pit who like to do the logo on a jack-o'-lantern. So if you have those pictures, submit them. I'd love to see them. C-Day is going to be X-Ray Papa Lima Alpha 2 Lima 3 Kilo. We've got just, oh man. Well, we've got god-awful movement speed. Little Gertie, I mean, I do like Little Gertie, but... Or not movement speed, sorry, shot speed. Or not shot speed, tears rate. Good lord. I haven't played Isaac in a couple days, so I'm still kind of shaking off the weekend rust. It was quite the weekend indeed. You know, and lots of recording to be doing. Obviously, Ball Pit, obviously Mega Bonk, and Isaac. Isaac would never go away. I saw... Bro, you need to chill out, dude. I saw somebody asked if I would do something to the effect of, you know, play Mega Bonk and play Isaac sort of just separately from one another, and alternate. And the answer is no. Isaac will always be the priority on this channel, no matter what. No matter what game we're playing, there will be one constant, and that, of course, is the Binding of Isaac. So you don't have to worry about Isaac going away anytime soon. It's not getting replaced by anything. That would be a massive, massive mistake for me. Plus, I still enjoy playing Isaac, you know. With the difficulties of other games that we've been seeing over the past, really, couple years now, trying to make it in the roguelite genre, you know, just as I was talking about last time, it definitely goes to show you just the art that is Isaac and of the design and everything that Ed has done. So, you know, hats off to the OG and put all the respect on the name. Wow, what a snipe. I am going to go for Ace of Spades here, as it does give us a chance to get a tarot card after clearing. But right now, our passive that we have is My Reflection. Now, I don't mind My Reflection sometimes. There are certain synergies that I do not like with it, however. But the fact that it's combined with a 1.99 tears delay is very, very, very bad. That essentially means that we're firing less than 2 attacks per second, and that's low. So we don't want to be there. We want to be somewhere closer to the range of 2.7, 2.8 for a starting tier stat, which is the base tier stat for Isaac. Tier stat for Isaac. Now, I am encouraged that we did get this Judgment reroll machine. I was thinking about using that bomb, and I probably should have used that bomb on those pots first. To get that soul heart, because now, unfortunately, we're not going to be able to get it unless we get the quarter, or not the quarter, but Pageant Boy. I wouldn't mind Pageant Boy here. That combined with, like, say, the Blessed Penny would be great. And we get a Tears upgrade, which I will take here. So now we have to make a decision. We really, really, really need to get this soul heart. There's none in the shop, and we don't have enough money to buy anything. We don't even have a bomb to get access to that soul heart. One thing we do have, however, is we've got a couple of hearts on the ground and also the sack room shuffle. So I'm hoping we can at the very least get some pennies out of this, and maybe this is going to be like a Hierophant card. Obviously there's more hearts on the ground here as well, but I don't want to go down to 1/2 heart. And we're gonna have to stop there. So, you know, we re-rolled Gertie into Forever Alone, and, you know, Forever Alone or Friend Zone or whichever one it is fine. It operates off of a very, very wide radius, which I do like. So you don't have to get too close to the enemies, but yeah, we'll see if we can end up getting our devil deal here. I hope so. Obviously, last week's episode was a crawl episode, and I hesitated to name it crawl. Well, there it goes. I hesitated to name it crawl because it was definitely a crawl episode, like for sure. But you know, lately people have been saying that they do not. We got to be careful here. They do not really. We had some people, more than one person said that they just turn off crawl runs now, and which is unfortunate because I think that they do appeal to a different audience of the mosh pit, and I definitely want people to watch all my videos. That would be nice. But I get it though. You know, if with a crawl run, you know what you're gonna get. You're gonna get a very difficult, very arduous challenge. Sometimes it's exciting, sometimes it's not, and it kind of gives away the content a little bit. But at the same time, though, I also kind of like the naming stuff that we've got going on for crawl runs, and also the theme of the thumbnails. So unfortunately, we immediately lost our Devil Deal in room 1. So Devil Deal is not happening on this floor. We continue to try to find a bomb or something here. Now we did get a chariot card, which will save us from death, and we'll probably have to use this in the boss room. But obviously, Devil Deal is pretty much cooked. And it was nice that we did get a tears upgrade and a shot speed upgrade from the bar of soap. But yeah, we're gonna need more than this. So anyway, going on to last week's question of the episode from the crawl episode. This one coming in from Teobi, who said, question of the episode: how long does it usually take to name an episode? Excuse me, Teobi, I got some mini stros to deal with here first because we cannot afford to get hit by them. They said, how long does it usually take to name an episode? Is it easier to name crazy OP runs or mid bad runs? I'll answer the second one first. It's definitely harder to name the mid to bad runs, for sure. The crazy OP runs, I can always come up with something. The super bad runs, obviously we have the crawl series I just got done talking about. But the mid to bad runs, it's hard to sell it as a spectacle that is a new episode or an Omega Run episode, which I'm surprised, and it could be my fault as well, because I may have disguised the Omega Run a little too well. As that Omega Run performed very badly in terms of the views and the engagement. So, but I think that may have been a product of me trying to be a little bit too cute with the naming. If you didn't see that there was an Omega in the title, but I didn't see anyone pick up on it, so I was a little bit sad about that. Either way. Yeah, and the Omega runs are easy to name. The new ones are very easy to name, and we always have sort of a theme that going on there with the new episodes, because obviously, Alex enjoys. I enjoyed challenging Alex when it comes to thumbnails and art. It's part of the reason why he still enjoys it. I mean, I don't want to speak for him, but part of the reason why he still enjoys it is because of the fact that he has to kind of step out of his comfort zone and draw like anime thumbnails and that sort of thing, which is not his style at all. So, I'm very fortunate that we get to have those runs, and it appeals to a large amount of people because of the thumbnails, because of the fact that it's a super powerful run. And I've said this before, as many times people try to say, well, I don't like seeing all the OP runs and blah blah blah. Well, and definitely I appreciate that, but the thing is that the numbers don't lie. The greater majority of the mosh pit and YouTube would rather me just have super powerful runs all the time. It's sad but true. Sad but true. But yeah. So, and that's why I was surprised that the Omega Run, especially after that thumbnail, did so poorly on engagement and everything. And yeah, there you go. There's our failed Devil Deal. Wasn't there something in the shop that I needed to buy? There was. More options. We could get away with a half cost entry into the curse room, because I'd rather have, honestly, because we need bombs right now. We just got sad bombs too, and they're all gone. I'm going to go into the cursed room here for half price. We can't leave without the judgment card, so I'm gonna do this, see if it's worth it. Now we have to be careful of the jostling and the clown physics when it comes to my reflection. So, and I think it's safe to say it was easily not worth it. So here we go. All right, so we have a reroll pedestal. We could use. Oh man, we had one. I just now realized that we had a item pedestal inside the secret room. That was the other reason why I was looking for money. But what can you do? First the blind. They know how this is going to go here. Just going to go to the next floor, and then this one never happened. Need to get something here on this run because I do like my reflection. It's a significant damage upgrade. I mean, real damage upgrade. It's huge. The problem is, of course, is the reflected shot that comes back at you. So, and that doubly makes sure that we cannot take blind items at all, because if we get Ipecac, we are actually dead. So, yeah, there's no ifs, ands, or buts about it. We cannot take blind items here unless it's a boss item or possibly a double deal item, but I'd be hesitant right now at this HP level. We may have to go for angel deals. Yeah, it's just a really, really troll-timed Curse the Blind here as we were waiting for our first devil deal since we missed it on floor 2. So as far as how long does it usually take up to name an episode, I honestly do it right after I hit the stop recording button. I know I have a rough idea of what I want to name an episode, and then I give Alex the art idea for it. Sometimes, not every single time. I'd say probably 90% of the time, I come up with the art idea, and or I'll show a picture to Alex and say, "Hey, do this, but as Isaac," and then and then that's how the art is created. So, like the Shin Godzilla one that we had last week, had nothing to do with the episode itself, except a very brief mention of Shin Godzilla. But there was nothing really to talk about in that episode. It was quite bad. And and that's the downside of my job, is that going back to what I was saying earlier, which is that the algorithm. That drives everything. That's what keeps me a job, and keeps me afloat, and allows me to continue to do this as a profession. And as much as I don't like it, it still is undeniable that the big time episodes, the big flashy, crazy episodes, are the ones that the algorithm tends to push more so than any other type of episode. Well, we have no doubt about what we're getting from the boss here, as it's going to give us an orbital. And apparently Wednesdays are just going to be they're just made for crawl runs, I guess, because this is definitely where we're kind of heading here. Going to begrudgingly go into our devil deal, and we get the pact, which is great. Don't know what this is, and we get sulfur, which is way better. I'm still not going to use our reverse judgment machine yet, though, because we need to see what we're rolling into. Shout out to Patrick is me 1438, who said, "I don't care about the drawing like Street Gold, but I like the video. You had to really work hard for this win, and you played it very well. I understand these crawl runs tend to not do as well, but I hope this one gets some likes." Thank you, Patrick, very much. Yeah, it's again, I don't like it, but the fact of the matter is there's just videos that do and videos that do not do very well on YouTube. Small rock inside of a vending machine or a claw machine is a little bit weird. There you go. So you see the consequence here of having my reflection with Brimstone is that it does not fire all the way in front of Isaac. Instead, you have to face the opposite direction if you want the fully extended beam. We might use a bomb there. We'll see. Now, what is nice about us getting sulfur is the fact that we do have 2 or 3 Leviathan now, which means that we can almost fly, and that's the kind of thing that's the kind of change that we would need in a run like this to kind of overcome what we've been seeing so far, which is not a lot of help. Mr. Dolly gives us range and tears, also gives us some hearts, lots of hearts actually. And I am going to use another key for this, and we get an HP upgrade. So that's going to heal one of our bone hearts and also give us the left hand. Wow. Okay, that room, it's making me a believer again. And, you know, I really, people have commented lately, because I feel like I might have been talking about this a little bit too much lately, but as far as like the algorithm and all this stuff goes, but you know, people said that they would hate to have to be tied to their livelihood, have to depend upon an algorithm. And I'm like, yeah, brother, hey, you're speaking to a living breathing example of that. It can be scary sometimes. But again, as I've always said, I refuse to live my life based on what's going to be popular on YouTube or not. You know, you have to do it up to a certain extent, but you have to. I'm not going to change how I am. One might be. Yeah, it is. Yeah, there's a tinder rock in here too. So how I identified this is that I saw a gap in between two rooms that were bridged by a red door. And it's not quite at the corner of this map, but it almost is. So it's a good sign that there's something that you want in there, but that is not it. Although, if we get enough money... Hang on a second. If we get enough money, we can re-roll in the ultra secret room. That could be massive. And I think you know why. If you don't, then you better call somebody. The shot speed's getting way out of control now with the clown physics, and we just lost a bunch of movement speed, which is not good. But the damage that we've got is now starting to get up there, and our tears rate obviously is much improved from what we were just 5 minutes ago. Ow. All right, game. Okay, so game is... So the game is taking full advantage of what I like to call clown physics, and this has definitely been no exception here. I'm going to take the Satanic Bible just for a soul heart or two, but obviously we're going to be leaving with sulfur, because sulfur is just still so much more important. Hazel Stump, no thank you. Okay, so let's try to get... There we go. We're not going to get 2 cents, and that's fine. Okay, so hopefully 14 cents is enough for us to get something massive here out of the ultra secret room. This is big time. This is big time big. What's in that other room? What do we drop in this other room? Hang on. Hang on a minute. I do not remember what was over here. Oh yeah, sulfur. Well, we could roll that too. I don't know why I thought that was something else. Although here's kind of a stinker. We don't have a key right now, so I can't actually get to Yumheart yet, or whatever it rolls into. So I'm not going to use a reverse judgment card until I know for sure that I can get it. Yeah, so we need just one Yave. That is not a Yave. Either of these. I don't know where the secret room is. Could be there, I guess. I gotta go for double confirmation. Not there. Would it be at the end of the boss trap room? That'd be very weird. The crappy thing is I can't even get into the shop to buy a key, so... I legitimately don't know where the secret room is. I mean, the super secret room could be there. Let's fight Chubb first here. It's going to be the ultimate troll here if we do not get a chance to pick up whatever Yumheart turns into. I'm not using the reroll machine until I know we get a key. And we did not. The quarter is more money. There's Guffy's collar. I'm going to take the quarter. But, man, that is disappointment central right there. The secret room cannot be north of any... It cannot be adjacent to a skinny room. Where the hell is it? Our last gasp breath would be to bomb this claw machine and hope that it gives us a key. My only other suspect is right there, but we have a better chance of getting a key here. Well, we got 2 bombs. So if it's not there, we know that it can't be here. How do I know that the secret room cannot be there? Because of the presence of this room. Secret room will not be adjacent to a room that has inaccessible walls. So this is ruled out. This would never... This could be the super secret room, but this won't be the regular secret room. Yeah, it's not over here. Dude, I have no clue. I have absolutely no clue where the secret room is at this point. Can't be here. Super secret room might be there, but... Like where the hell is it? And it can't be... We already tried to bomb into the... Yeah, we can't. I have no clue. I'm going to be real mad if it's one of those secret rooms that's right above the shop. Okay, I have... get mad at me if you want. I have to look at this. So the secret room was there at my prime suspect. Okay. Well, we can still roll a devil deal or something, but that really sucks that we're not going to be able to get the ultra secret room. And really, now that I think about it, I kind of screwed up there. I had access to the red key. The red key would have told me exactly where the secret rooms were, because it will not show a red door if there's a secret room. If I just used a little bit more logic, I could have sussed out exactly where the secret rooms were based on the presence or not presence of a red door while holding the red key. So that's... We deserve to get cooked. I deserve to get cooked on that floor because, yeah. Didn't play it very smart. But it doesn't change the fact that we still need keys here, game, and we found not 1, but 2 dead ends so far. There's the keys, but now we have no bombs, so it's a very, very clever game. Happy for you. We're still only 1 away from Leviathan. If we get some flying here, that would be mega for us. We have 1 guppy item. I have no patience for this room here. So you're seeing here as I'm shooting away from where I want to aim with sulfur because of my reflection. I'm not going into the big room without having another full charge, because screw that. Yeah, I was waiting for the explosive champion to move to get that key. Honestly, I'd love to go leech, but chemical peel makes a little bit more sense. Only because we have a decent tears rate right now. And those alternating shots that you can get the damage they do does add up eventually. Basically, it's every other shot you're getting double damage in a way. Get the 3rd giant room on this floor, and we're not done yet with the XL floor or XL rooms. Thank goodness we still have sulfur. Sulfur's gonna be a lifesaver here. 3 keys. I mean, we have to check all red chests right now for guppy items, and yep. Again, not going to go into... No, we need to find the shop first. Not going to go into the big rooms until I have a full charge on sulfur, just because it's just easier. There's no reason to make it any harder on yourself than it needs to be. To rewire your brain for a second whenever you get my reflection. Compass. I'm gonna buy the soul heart. Gonna buy this bomba. There's a planetarium now. Now that could be a possible potential reroll target for our judgment card. We have a 33.8% chance to get a devil deal here. Obviously, that's going to be the main directive of getting a solid room to reroll in. But Pluto gives us tiers again. We do need tiers, so it's not a huge tiers upgrade, but it does max us out. So we're now at the soft cap of tiers, which is good. Definitely where we want to be. We are not where we want to be in terms of DPS wise, though. I mean, again, like 7.29 is not bad. It's just kind of you know. So let's see if we can maybe get a double deal here. We didn't. I talked about this on the Mega Bonk series and I think maybe the Ball Pit series, but I wanted to mention this on Isaac, and I meant to do it yesterday, but forgot because I was getting too into the run. So there was a question that came up, or maybe I talked about it on Isaac. I don't know. That was a couple days ago since I recorded. There's a question that came up in the Twitch chat regarding whether or not liking a video and then not watching the video helps or hurts the channel. And to summarize it in the simplest and easiest terms, it is a negative for the channel. It basically tells the algorithm that, okay, this channel is just asking for engagement and not actually doing anything else. These videos are not of substance because people are just liking them, and then they look at your watch time, the people who like the videos, and see that they're not even watching them, they're just liking them, and that looks like engagement farming to the algorithm. So it is a negative for the channel. And what I've been saying is that it actually is better to not like the video and not watch it than to like it and then not watch it. But of course, I know that people are trying to help out, and if you happen to do that and still continue to do that, it's not that big of a deal. But the question, the way that was posed to me was that, is this good or is this bad for the channel? And the answer is it's bad for the channel. But if you still continue to do that, please don't feel like you're a criminal or anything. I would much rather get the likes up to the like streak goal than scare people off of not liking the video at all. That's, you know, it's just a weird business, man. Like, that's just how it goes. And the algorithm changes every single day, so no one can really keep up with it unless they have some insider knowledge, which a lot of the big YouTubers do. And I am not one of them. I wish I can only go off of information that I know from knowing big YouTubers and also having a partner manager at YouTube. But even then, he's only really allowed to tell me certain things. So there's a lot of craziness that goes on, man. And I do 3 guppy. Okay. I try not to surround myself with craziness. You know, stressing about work and that sort of stuff is not what I do. I don't like worrying or fretting about stuff on YouTube, and you know, and that's I live a very stress-free life, believe it or not. And it's deliberately tailor-made to do that because I've seen what stress does to people. And you know, I'm not saying that I take everything easy and I'm lazy, but I like living a laid-back style. It's just Just how I am. Yeah, we need to bomb this. I don't care about the money necessarily, but I do care about the devil deal chance, because we cannot go another floor without getting a devil deal. But yeah, if all else fails and you're unsure, you can just like the video. You just leave it a like. That's fine. It's not a huge impact at the end of the day. It's better than not liking at all. And I appreciate it. I like those kind of questions because you know you're going to get the honest answer from a YouTuber. You know I'm going to tell you just straight up. Is it good or bad? It's bad. But not bad in the sense that the channel is screwed. Oh my god, we just got Guppy, baby. Let's go. Big time Guppy. All right. Guppy's making me a believer again. Come on, October. You still have, all right, whatever. You still have another few tricks left up your sleeve before the end. Need some movement speed here. I think we found our reroll target. All right. One judgment to rule them all. We need speed, and this breaks the tears cap, man. I'm gonna go for it. We need the movement speed like nobody's business. And Skinny on Mushroom now significantly breaks the tears cap. So it's absolutely worth it. I know that we were waiting for like a secret room pedestal, but it's an absolute net gain for this run. We didn't need tears, but more tears definitely helps out, especially with us being Guppy now. So we can go back, we can go get our full card, or wherever the heck it was. We've got Guppy, we've got damage, we've got a Tinted Rock here. Things are shaping up. You know what? I'll take a Sun card more than a Fool card. How about that? Even though we kind of have mapping in a way. Also picked up Serpent's Kiss. Serpent's Kiss is going to poison enemies on impact, and whenever they die while being poisoned, they will drop a guaranteed black soul heart. Loves doubles our bombs. Hermit card and Emperor. I'll take that even more. The Sun card. There we go. No problem at all. Going to go for the damage upgrade from the negative. And it's a good thing that we did not save the Judgment card for this because we would have been very upset. And by we, I mean me. Their Emperor card. Well, we might as well go in the curse room and use one of them, then we'll work our way back. Even though we have 9 lives, I don't like losing HP if I don't have to. It's just good practice. Same thing as avoiding bombs when you have bomb immunity. And even though Skinny on Mushroom may not have been the sexiest choice that we could have gotten in the secret room, it was still the right one. You know, that it is just such a what hit us there? It's just such a significant damage upgrade. The faster that we can fire tears, the faster we can get out Guppy flies, the faster we do more damage with our attack flies. You know, there's a lot of momentum that goes into Isaac. One thing just leads to the other, which leads to the other. There's momentum, there's you know, pulling on those threads. Just takes one. one item to get the snowball rolling. And when it starts rolling down that hill, it's hard to stop. The game will have a difficult time in stopping it. Let's put it that way. We got the dice room. Nope. Absolutely not. Nope. The only room I would accept would be a 5 room. That would give us another shot at another devil deal since we had to pay the Krampus tax. Don't really need. Seeing how difficult Pluto makes things for picking this stuff up. Isaac's too small. We don't really need money at this point. But you know, and this we might find another reverse judgment card. We know there's one in the pool already, so I'm not going to turn that down. All right. Honestly, we could do a Sack Room Shuffle skip. The only problem with that is that if we end up getting set up for an Omega run, then we have to go back and beat Stanley. And I don't necessarily want to do that. I'm not saying this is going to be an Omega run, obviously, but just something to consider. I do like the I like the idea that you can skip directly to Lamb. To me it's worth it. I still think it's worth it to do here. We'll see if we get a devil deal. If we get a good devil deal, I'm not going to skip. If we don't get a good devil deal or don't get a devil deal at all, then I'm going to skip. Now, one thing I will say about having my reflection in Brimstone is the fact that you can at least shoot in both directions, so you don't have to worry about. You do not have to worry about, being hit from someone pursuing you versus someone who is right in front of you. And deal's a deal. So we did not get a devil deal, which means that we are going to go skip to the dark chest here. There's our secret room. Guaranteed, 100%. Bet my credibility on it. Yeah, those kind of YouTube questions I really don't mind answering because even if there's someone in the mosh pit who is like trying to start their own channel or that sort of stuff. I've been doing it enough to know what I'm talking about, and you don't do a job for 15 years and counting without learning a thing or two. You know, like if you did the same job over and over and over again, and you're still unsure of what your job is or what to do, brother, sister, it's time to switch it up. 15 years is a long time to do something, so half heart's great here because it counts as one full heart in the eyes of the Sack Room Shuffle. Yeah, we already did that there, game, but thank you. Still don't want bad PH Dizzle. We're just getting showered with money when we really don't deserve it here. You can see our movement speed's still kind of a big problem here, and I don't really care about the bone hearts anymore. Ace of hearts, don't care about that either. Unless if we get the 30 cents, then I do care about it. And we did not. Away from Gabriel and head to the dark chest. And head to the dark chest. All right, here we go. I am going to take Empty Vessel. I'm going to take Sack Dagger, of all things. So I think that we're pretty much good there for this one. You know, it was a run that was surprising. You know, if there was ever a time for us to show off the potential and the power of the left hand, then we got this. I mean, chew on this. We got this Guppy transformation from absolutely no help from the Devil Deal. Yes, we did get Guppy's collar inside the Devil Deal, but it was not a Devil Deal, and we only got that through sheer luck. So I'll take it. So thank you for watching, everybody. I hope you enjoyed it. Much better than last week's episode for sure with the crawl run. I was a little bit scared on this one, but then Guppy turned it all around, and then the rest of it was history. So again, I appreciate the comments and questions of the episode. Please continue to ask them down below. I'd love to answer them on next week's video. And of course, remember to upvote your favorite question of the episode so it may get read on the next episode as well. Thank you for liking, commenting, and subscribing. And as always, I'll see you all next time. Until then, so long, everybody. Thanks for watching this video. Like, thanks to pages of mine like Dimble Wimble, Nicholas Fernald, and Cavid Dameron. If you'd like to have your name read at the end of an Isaac episode, check out my Patreon campaign, which you can find at patreon.com/Invicta.